got there's some bites also coming in. So yeah, what's the story? What happened?
Oh my goodness. It looks like kind of what the headline has alluded to. It says that a few minutes before midnight, there were desperate screams for help that pierced through the night. The painful cries were emanating from the house of Mr. Ouma Opondo, and this story is on page 7 of the Daily Nation, with thick clouds of smoke billowing. The caretaker in the homestead said he was woken up by a pungent smell, and upon rushing outside to investigate, he saw that the house was engulfed in flames, and inside the house were Opondo, his wife Jacinta, and the couple's 7 children. He said the entire family was lost in the raging flames, and that the neighbors took long to respond to his calls. What baffled him the most was the presence of a huge padlock hanging outside the door of the burning house. For a moment, I couldn't understand what was happening, but with the smell of petrol, that is when it struck me. This fire wasn't an ordinary one. It could have been started by someone with ill intentions. He talks about, it's got some graphic detail just about the children who died, the screaming, and that...
He explains it, and we have a soundbite of him, Sylvester Omondi, the caretaker, and just let's take a listen to what he was telling the journalists.
Ilikuwa saa 6 usiku na nilikuwa nimeamshwa na harufu ya petroli penye nilikuwa nalala. Nikaamka nikapata nyumba imewakishwa moto na nikaenda kusaidia ndugu ya bosi wangu. Nilipiga nduru kwa dakika 10 lakini hakuna mtu ambaye alitokea. Sasa watoto walikuwa wanalia na juu walikuwa wamewasha moto kwa mlango na wakaongeza kifuli kwa mlango, hawangeweza kutoa kifuli. Mkubwa wao alikuwa form 4 candidate na ni msichana.
Hawa watu ambao wamekufa mpaka watoto, kuna mpaka mtoto wa miezi 6. Sijui ni deni gani ambaye amekuwa nayo, ndio walikuwa na wadai mpaka akaona tu aweze kuteketeza mpaka innocent people, watoto ambao hawawezi kujitetea.
Sasa nashindwa kitu kile kimeendelea katika hili jamii. Yani watu wa area hii ni jamii ya Kamuku. Kwa sababu gani mmetufanyia hii yote?
It's so hard to stomach the tragedy of this, especially just reiterating what they're saying. Innocent people caught up in it. The National Police spokesperson, Michael Mushiri, said that a suspect has been arrested. Rosalyn Atieno, she's in custody, and detectives are leaning towards a land dispute involving 2 families as the motive, but they remain open to other possibilities.
So there's a dispute here involving Mr. Opondo, who had been battling his cousin, only identified as Owino, in court over some land for the last 2 decades. After the protracted legal standoff, Omondi said Opondo was awarded ownership of this land. Omondi said Opondo also obtained a court order directing his cousin to vacate the disputed land. The court order had given his cousin up to Thursday, that's yesterday, today, to leave the parcel to the rightful owner, according to Omondi, who's privy to the long-standing court case between the two. Leonard Ochieng, who's an uncle of Opondo's wife, also told the nation that the family had won the case and what was pending was the eviction. My niece told me that the man had helped them some years back when one of their uncles died in Nairobi by providing transport to ferry the body back to the village. He was to be compensated with a piece of land. The conflict was that he extended the boundary and acquired an extra 2 acres. When Opondo realized this, he went to court, and they've been in and out of court over the same piece of land for over 2 years. It's a dispute over these 2 acres, and
Opondo recently won the case, which I guess explains this motive, which they say they're still investigating.
Yeah, this is such a horrific case. Really, really horrific. That if indeed the people were, locked into the house, and then the house doused in petrol and someone lights a match.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I don't know, to kill 9 people, a family of 9 over land, speaks to something deeply evil and deeply problematic. A lack of not even empathy, that's psychopathy actually, not even sociopathy. And I'm hoping that investigations do go on, but 9 people have died over probably over a dispute, over land, 2 acres at that.
Yeah.
Now, you see, once this has happened, everybody in the village is looking at you with that accusatory eye. Would you even be able to
to return.
to live here? Would you be able to even occupy that? Okay, so let's say you're occupying that 2 acres. Would you be able to?
No.
It just adds
I'm
into
also
very many
wondering
issues.
how densely or sparsely populated this particular village is, because the caretaker, Sylvester, said he was raising an alarm, screaming for 10 minutes before he got any help.
Yeah, he was
10
saying,
minutes is an incredibly long time.
He actually said that they took long to come, and then that's when he noticed the suspicious padlock.